So today's video is going to be on how to talk to potential clients. I know that there are some times that I don't talk to clients the correct way, and I know that there are girls that are horrendous when they talk to clients, so I thought I would just kind of give you guys a video on how I think the correct way to approach people or to talk to people is, because these are still people. We have to still treat them with respect. So the first question that I really wanted to put out there is why are you doing this? Why are you talking to these people? What is your motive? What are you wanting out of this? How do you feel when you're doing this? What's your end goal? I ask those questions only because what are you wanting from this money? If that's all you're thinking, then get another job. This is something where it's customer service. You have to tend and care for these people. So if you're going to be heartless, it's not something that you need to be doing, because you have to have a heart. These, like I said, are still people. So personally, I feel like if you answer that question that way, then it's something that you should reevaluate. If you enjoy this, that's a hats off, that's a good, but that's another question. Do you enjoy doing it? Does it make you sick on the inside? Do you feel like you're betraying yourself or your family? Or can you stomach the feeling of doing this? Is this something you can do? It's a hard question to ask yourself. It's a hard thing to evaluate, but it also is going to influence the way you talk to these people and the way you see these people. And so you have to ask yourself, is this something that you're really wanting to do? If you're really wanting to talk to these people, because like I said, they're people. So I always ask people, how do you start the conversation? Even if it's a friendship, relationship question, how do you start the conversation? If it's hey, what are you interested in? That's straight to the point. I get that. Some people are straight to the point. Or if it's hey, cut dry, no questions. It's going to be a short convo conversation. So when you start the conversation, you definitely want to start it with your online personality persona. My online personality persona, I'm not gonna say her name, but she's different, and she's me. I'm her, obviously, but I'm very bubbly, very outgoing. I'm a very caring person in general, but over the internet, because I can't see you and I can't give you that comforting in-person thing, I exaggerate a little bit. So that is something that so when I start the conversation, hey, how are you? How was your, how's the new year going for you? Yes, I might copy and paste that, put that in my notes and save it and paste it when I'm talking to people. Yeah, that's smart. Do that, because it's still genuine. You just not taking the time to type that out 7 times a day, 8 times a day, depending how many times you message people. It's a lot. So I like to copy and paste just because it makes it a lot easier, but also know that you're gonna have to evaluate the conversation differently after that with every response that you're getting. So try to make it personal. Try to get them to be enticed by conversation. Hey, I see that you're interested in this. Tell me more about this. Or, oh, I saw this in your profile. Wow, I'm intrigued by that. Would you like to talk about that a little bit? Leave it open. Give them an option so they don't feel like they have to give you an answer, because if you force someone to do something, they're probably not going to do it. You know what I mean? So you want to entice them and be this is interesting. I'm interested in you. Come on, let's talk about it. You have to try and connect. Like I just told you, make sure you do your research on their profile. Read, or make sure you do your research and see if you can find where they came from, if you can find their profile, what they're interested in, on Reddit. If someone's I'm from your Reddit on your OnlyFans, you can ask for their Reddit name, go to their Reddit, look at the comments and the communities they're part of. So then you know what they're interested in. You can be oh, well, I see that you're interested in this. Do you want to talk more about it, or what interests you about it? Boom, got your foot in the fucking door. Because then you can tell them, well, I can do that, and I can do this for you, and I can be that, da-da-da-da-da. You just do your research, because you can't treat every client the same. Not everybody's going to be the same. I use different sites. So if I look at their profile, and their profile says something different, I can't copy and paste the same thing to that one person, because then they're going to tell, oh, that has nothing to do with my profile. This girl is like a fake, or she didn't really care to type that message out. She just copy and pasted it. So you don't want to give yourself away, but you also don't want to put in too much time before knowing that your time is worth their money. So definitely do your research. Make sure you evaluate, talk to these people correctly. Definitely don't lie. I know that's like, bullshitting is like part of this, but what I mean by don't lie is they still want a genuine human being. They still want to feel like they're talking to a girl, not someone who's just after their money. Now, like I said, if that's what is in the back of your mind, you're just after their money, then you should reevaluate why you're doing this. And why I'm doing this, I enjoy helping people. I enjoy that I can do this. I like that this is a way that I can pay my bills, but also the validation and the way that I'm helping them, it makes me feel better. That might be a weird way to put it. That might be like, oh, well, you're doing it to validate yourself. No, that's not why I'm doing it. I have other ways to validate myself, self-love, my girlies. But it validates to know, like, okay, I feel like I'm playing my part in society by helping these people. That might be weird. But also, I know that these people don't feel like nobody cares about them. If they feel like nobody cares about them, they can always come to my page and I will give them that care, that attention, that motherly, mommy thing that they need, if that's what they're into. So just connect with your clients. Create that bond. Don't lie to them, because nobody likes being lied to. Nobody likes being lied to. But then also, you don't want to give too much of yourself away to where they could stalk you on the internet, type of thing. So make sure that like you keep it honest, but you also protect yourself. Don't reveal too much too early. And if you reveal too much too early, make sure it's collateral. Make sure they're revealing just as much. So you guys are like both, I guess, on the hot seat. So you want to make sure that you are honest also about what you're wanting. Don't just bullshit about what you're wanting because you know that's what they want. Because as much as you might do that, if they've done this before, they can try. I mean, they can tell if you're like actually into it, or if you're just trying to show that you're into it. So make sure that you're honest about that. And if they're wanting something that you can't provide, if you did your research, you can be like, hey, I can't provide for this main service that you're really wanting, that I see that you're interested in. Because like, what if it's, say, feet pics? And you tell them, be like, hey, I don't do feet pics, but I can provide this other service that you're wanting. So like, if this is something you're interested in, let me know. Let them know that you've done your research. Let them know that you can still cater to their needs, because that's good. That's how you get clients. You also want to make sure you have set prices, because if you're bouncing from one client to another and you don't know your prices and you don't know what you're telling them, you look like you can't cover your ass and you're showing your ass everywhere, and then you're going to lose people because they think you're not professional. We are professional. We are businesswomen, so we are doing this correctly. So you definitely want to make it seem like you know what you're doing, because we do know what we're doing. This is another hard one to talk about because not everyone feels the same way I do. Keep in contact with them even if they're not paying. Check up on them. Let them know that there's still a thought in your mind. Not because they're not bankrolling, but because, you know, you care about them. You want to see that emotional connection. They want to see that emotional connection, that you're not only looking for their change in their pocket, you know. So you want to make sure that you're checking up with them even if they're not paying. And that's hard because, you know, you don't give your time away for free, but if you know they spend good money, you want to make sure that the good money continues. You also want to make sure that you're keeping tabs on their emotions. If you're rubbing them the wrong way and they're giving you dry messages, then it's probably a long shot and you should move on. Or if they're giving you too much and you feel like it's scammy, you should probably move on. Don't waste your time on people who are playing you, but also don't pull too much from people who aren't giving you enough. It's like a win or lose situation. If you talk to 12 people a day and you only get 4 of those people, So what? You still got 4 of those people. You're not gonna be able to cater to everyone's needs, but if you do your research and you be personable, you'll be able to cater to a lot of people's needs. So just make sure that you're keeping up that with your clients or the people that you're talking to, and make sure that you're also frequenting talking to them, not just like once a week. Hit them up 3 times a week, different times, and make it a different message each time, so they're like, oh, well, she's messaged me like 3 times this week and she actually seems to care. Like, I'll give her a message. It doesn't really take that much to pique someone's interest. I'm just telling you that from experience. So honestly, if you take your time and you do what you're supposed to do, like your research, and you talk to these people, you could really make some good money. And I know there are some damn beautiful women and men out there that can make some bank off of some people. And I'm not saying you have to also play these people. Some of these people are truly looking for a relationship and will pay to show you that they can give you that relationship. So just also know that that's something that like is out there. There is a whole wide world of kinks and things out there that can also help facilitate money and help you make money. So just also keep that in mind when you're talking to clients. And be nice, be respectful. These are people too. Like I've said that before. Anywho, I'm sorry I haven't really been active in the YouTube world. I'm back and I'm better than ever and I'm here to stay. So make sure you do subscribe to my channel and like this video.